Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got a Cardano video for you guys today. Interesting video for you guys today. Could Cardano possibly flip Bitcoin at some point in time? So I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. All right, today I got an interesting topic for you guys today. Kind of the buzz around crypto the last few days in some areas is, would Cardano possibly flip Bitcoin and market cap at some point in crypto? So let's jump into it here. Currently, just over 40 cents with Cardano. If we look at the one-year history on it, it did get up to almost 80 cents, back in March of this year. So it's down about almost 50% from its high. It got to like 78 cents basically here at its peak and earlier this year. So it is down about 50%. It's had a decent correction. If we go back to last year, it was down to 20 some cents, and that's what I was telling a lot of people last year, that this was still a good buy for this one. And if you had picked some up around there, you could have got over 3x on your investment at that point in time. But Charles Hoskinson has kind of, been under the spotlight the last few days because he's made the claims in the past that he thinks that Cardano could be the #1 cryptocurrency in the world and basically surpass all the other cryptos out there, including Bitcoin, with what they're doing. So we're going to jump into that in this video. I'll give you my opinion on it. If we go to the max on Cardano here, did get up to $3 the last bull run. A lot of people thought this thing was getting up to $10. I mentioned this in my video several times. It didn't get there. It for a very short time spiked up to $3 and it came crashing back down shortly after. So never got over that $3 mark. So this is why you got to be careful on your price predictions, guys, and where you think coins are going. Everybody thought this thing in the Cardano community was going to $10. It didn't even get close to that. So be careful of your price predictions out there. So if we go to the market cap, it got up to 80, 95 billion, I guess 95 billion, something like that for its peak. In the market cap, just under 100 billion for the last bull run. That's the highest it's ever gotten in market cap. So if you take a look at Bitcoin here, Bitcoin's market cap is like 1.3 trillion. So that is more than a 13x from Cardano's all-time high. And from its current market cap, that's almost 100x from here. So you're talking about like a $38 Cardano or something like that, if that were to happen. So somewhere in that range, $35 to $40 Cardano, if it were to reach Bitcoin's market cap. So we'll get in this video here from Altcoin Daily. They did an interview with Charles Hoskinson and asked him about this. I'm going to play a little bit of this video, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on this. We'll look at some other people's opinions on this as well. So let's play this here.
Why did BlackBerry fail, or Yahoo fail, or MySpace fail, or all these other things? Because they were inflexible. That is what flips Bitcoin.
Last year at Rare Evo, you said,
and that is why Cardano, I feel, is probably going to become the biggest cryptocurrency in the world.
You believe Cardano will become the biggest cryptocurrency in the world. That inevitably means it'll flip Bitcoin. When do you see that happening?
If we can do what I'm saying, there's no way to beat Cardano because there's nothing that can compete with it, because at the end of the day, it has lived up to what Satoshi started. At the end of the day, what are we trying to do? We're trying to change the economic, political, and social systems of the world for everyone, everywhere. Billions of people. So if you build a growth engine that doesn't lose its people and it's always adding people, and you build a growth engine where you can absorb all the technology of your competitors, at some point you just outgrow, and then you wake up and it's a multi-trillion-dollar ecosystem with trillions of dollars of value moving around every single day. That's just a fact. It's a competitive reality and fact. Why did BlackBerry fail, or Yahoo fail, or MySpace fail, or all these other things? Because they were inflexible to a changing competitive reality, and they didn't understand that their business model was no longer valid, and they were on momentum. They weren't actually driving anymore. And so Ethereum suffered from this. They got stuck in a mire, and now they have all these competitors eating away at them and slowly eating them out from the inside out, with layer 2s grinding them down, which, by the way, can become layer 1s at any time, especially with partner chains. And they don't have to be pro Ethereum. That network effect can move very quickly. Yet they're thinking they're like Bitcoin and they have this dominating thing. Yeah, they don't have that same cult. so they could get MySpace very quickly. So yeah, I do believe we could do this if we get the right things. This is why we're so focused on the fundamentals, like the first principles thinking, the Edinburgh Decentralization Index, the measure decentralization, the on-chain governance, these types of things, because you can't stop that once it's going fast enough, and it fixes its own problems. And if there's a mistake in your strategy, you're able to identify that faster than anybody else and absorb that. And if there's a brilliant idea, you're able to take that brilliant idea and bring it into your orbit, pivot, and make that a significant idea. No matter who you are, how brilliant you are, as a centralized business, you can't do that 24/7.
So I have a lot of respect for Charles Hoskinson, and he's trying to do some good things out there in the world, and he's trying to do some amazing things with Cardano and the ADA coin and what they're doing. You know, he's trying to actually change the financial system for the better of the world, and he's trying to do what Satoshi Nakamoto intended to do with Bitcoin, but you know, didn't quite do some of the things that he wanted to do. Charles is trying to implement that with Cardano. It's taking a long time to do that, but something as big as what they're trying to do is going to take a long time. Now, if they could pull it off, I could see it doing really well and probably, you know, getting much higher than where it is now. I respect what Charles is doing. I respect him as a person and what they're trying to do with it. It is a great technology, and there's a lot of people who are invested in Cardano. They have a very strong community and a very loyal community out there. And I think it'll do well in this bull run and the upcoming bull runs, especially later on down the road when there's more adoption of crypto and blockchain. It could definitely come in real handy for a lot of that down the road. But I don't necessarily seeing it surpass Bitcoin at any point in time as far as market cap, because Bitcoin has a different purpose than Cardano. Its purpose basically is decentralized storage of value for the most part. And that's how all these investors look at it. They kind of look at it more as like gold than they do technology. There's other tech, it's possible that Cardano could do really well if it were to get like an ETF and have some kind of stock version of Cardano where people are investing in the technology of Cardano. If there's a lot of use for the blockchain and the ADA coin, it could do really well down the road. But to me, unless something changes with Cardano and its adoption, there's other blockchains out there that already have a lot more adoption than Cardano and the ADA coin. Now, it doesn't mean that it couldn't happen. Absolutely could happen if they do something that's a breakthrough in technology and it gets adopted by some future tech out there that really makes this thing blow up. We don't know what the future is going to hold. I don't think Cardano is a bad investment by any means. I actually had a lot of it the last bull run and it did really well for me. I'm not holding it currently. I don't have any Cardano currently in my portfolio, but anyone who certainly has ADA in their portfolio, it's going to do really well with it. Now, will it do as well as some of the other ones? I don't know. You have Solana that's already done more than a 10x from its bottom in the cycle already, where Cardano I think got down to 20 some cents. The most it's done is like a 3 or 4x from its all-time low in this cycle. So crypto's kind of funny. It goes with the hype and narrative, and there's a lot more hype and narrative on some of these other blockchains like Solana and that than there is in ADA right now. So you got to be cautious on what you're investing in if you're trying to get the most gains out of it. Now, I think a lot of the gains have already been made out of Solana for this bull run, and sure it could do even better than where it is now, but you're not going to get that type of returns out of Solana now, where ADA you could still get some pretty good returns out of this bull run. I could see it doing a 10x or more from where it is currently, if they have some kind of narrative and things that could push it to higher market caps. There's a lot of different narratives this bull run that are pushing a lot harder than some of these blockchain technologies out there. Solana has had a lot more adoption, a lot of use of the ecosystem. They've got the Saga phone and stuff coming out with it. So there's a lot more hype behind Solana than Cardano or ADA right now. But that doesn't mean that couldn't happen with ADA if they get the right partnerships and stuff like that in the future. But just wanted to cover this video for you guys and let you guys know my opinion on it. I don't see ADA surpassing Bitcoin at all, ever, unless something really crazy happened with it and had some crazy mass adoption with it. I do respect Charles Hoskinson. I think what he's trying to do is really, really good for the world and the financial industry, for pretty much everybody out there, especially the people that are in like some of the countries out there that are struggling with financial situations out there. And you know, they've done some things in Africa. I believe they had some kind of partnership to try to better the banking system in Africa. I believe in one of the countries over there. I don't remember which one it was, because it's been such a long time since I've looked into Cardano and what they're doing recently, because there's just been so much focus around other projects this bull run that I haven't really covered it much and looked into it much lately. But with this talk around it, I wanted to cover it on my channel just to give you guys my thoughts on it. I do think it's a good investment and something that would be a good thing to hold on to in your portfolio. I think it'll do well this bull run. And you know, who knows what it could do this bull run. Maybe it'll do $5 or $7. You don't know what it's going to do. Nobody really knows. You know, it's possible that it does $10 this bull run. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for something like that to happen with it, because it is a good project. It just depends on what kind of narratives come into the space, what kind of partnerships that they get, and the hype that goes behind ADA. So keep that in mind, guys. So I'd appreciate it, guys, if you hit the like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me.